First off, we have Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. Try to find one person in your life who thought Tom and Katie made a cute couple. Spoiler alert, you won't. From Cruise's cringe-worthy couch-jumping antics on The Oprah Show to Katie's revelation that she'd had a crush on Tom as a little girl when Tom was in his late 20s. There was nothing sweet about this odd, icky pairing. Both fans and Hollywood elite alike were left scratching their heads, wondering what could have drawn them together. There actually were whispers it was a prearranged marriage, complete with signed contracts. And let's not forget about the dark specter looming in the background since day one: Scientology. In their 5 years together, Katie, once a bubbly TV star riding high after a starring role on Dawson's Creek, became quiet and passive alongside her more famous spouse. Years after the high-stakes divorce settlement and custody battle over their daughter Siri, we still don't know the full story of what went on behind closed doors. Next up, we have Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. Once a couple 20 years ago, they're now back together and fans are annoyed. Ben is reportedly annoyed with Jennifer currently after her new movie about their love life was recently released on Prime Video. Insiders told The Heat that Affleck was reportedly scared that J-Lo's new film, This Is Me Now, would ruin his career, and apparently that fear has not dissipated. There is a very real risk that this film will not get the reaction she's expecting. Ben's been complaining to friends this could end up being Geely 2.0. They said it will be especially embarrassing for him considering the career that he's built up and how seriously he takes on his projects. He's scared he's made a big mistake getting involved. This is the second project that they have worked on together, and since Geely was so panned by critics, receiving a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes and losing over $60 million at the box office, it seems as though Affleck has been worried about the same treatment, and it allegedly has been causing problems in their marriage. J-Lo's new 65-minute musical was released on February 16th, 2024, and has received some seriously mixed reviews. While it was dubbed the worst movie of the century by the Wall Street Journal, the reviews are actually a lot more positive on Rotten Tomatoes with a 74% reviewer tomato meter. Next up, we have Kylie and Timothée Chalamet. The pair seems like a happy couple going viral in January for their Golden Globes appearance, but rumors have been swirling that Timothée and Kylie have been suffering relationship issues. Timothée posted alongside Zendaya at the Dune 2 red carpet in South Korea earlier this week. He donned a gray jumpsuit and pouted at the cameras. Zendaya matched the actor and donned a pink jumpsuit. Fans noticed that Timothée seemed to look somber while posing, and fans flocked to Reddit to discuss their thoughts. Somebody schedule a wellness check for Chalamet, one user says. Another saying, can we stop giving these people more attention? They are a bunch of talentless, greedy culture vultures who are helping destroy our planet. And before anybody comes for me, I'm not a Timothée fan either. He is an overhyped mayo man, in my opinion. Next up, we have Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater. Just because we learned that Ariana is dating her Wicked co-star Ethan Slater a mere 3 days after news broke that Grande was splitting from her husband Dalton Gomez, doesn't mean the timeline was equally as rushed in real life, right? Well, according to sources, it appears Grande was still working on her relationship with Gomez when she flew to the UK to film the musical movie Wicked in December 2022, though a source told Us Weekly that the couple were having issues and the distance did not help. Meanwhile, Grande's alleged new boyfriend, who is known for playing SpongeBob SquarePants on Broadway and will also be playing the Munchkin Bach in Wicked, was also in a committed relationship when the filming began. In fact, Ethan Slater had been married to his high school sweetheart Lily J since 2018 and welcomed his first child with her sometime in 2022. Rumors that Ariana and Ethan had been cheating on their partners began circling, and fans are not having it. One Reddit user wrote, quote, "She is a 30-year-old grown woman. Zero excuses for being a homewrecker. That man had a newborn baby. Selfish beyond measure." Adding, "A newborn and wife whom Ariana hung out with on multiple couples outings. The wife considered Ariana a friend." Another user wrote a detailed thread on the situation saying, quote, "For the past couple years, she'll do anything to preserve her happiness at any cost, even when it's messed up. It was inevitable that she was going to get divorced before she got married, and she has a long pattern of not being able to be single and going from one guy to the next. The one time she was single, she threw herself into work, and as soon as her tour was over, she was with somebody else. The Ethan Slater thing is messed up and inexcusable because of the fact he has a child. I genuinely believe that the biggest root of all of it, not even her unresolved trauma, is the fact that all the people in her life, whether it's her team of 10 plus years, her stage mom, or her half-brother, they all rely on her and are thus always supportive yes men." Our next hated Hollywood couple is Justin and Hailey Bieber. Fans want Selena back. Even Hailey wants Selena, it seems. In a string of tweets from a decade ago, Hailey expressed her happiness for Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez's relationship, and now, reading those tweets back, it's a bit awkward. Some of Hailey's tweets include, "Selena Gomez is so cute, don't argue, bye." And "I'm for sure 100% team #Jelena." Another of her tweets read, "Seriously though, she's beyond flawless and he's Bieber. They are the perfect relationship. I am forever alone." Next we have Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. While they have been friends for years, it wasn't until July 2019 when Shawn and Camila announced they were officially dating. The couple had already collaborated on several hit songs together, including their smash hit Senorita, and it seemed as if working on music so frequently is what eventually led them to form a relationship. But since going public with their romance, fans have not been convinced their pairing is genuine, with many speculating whether the whole thing was just one big PR stunt to further promote their careers. Given that they've had a lot of success with their collaborations, pairing up and telling the world a relationship came out of their frequent studio sessions isn't that hard to believe, but fans have plenty of reasons to believe this romance is nothing but smoke and mirrors. Once their second single, Senorita, was released in June 2019, both singers appeared very affectionate towards each other, both on stage and behind the scenes. The following weeks, Camila and Shawn were seen everywhere, sharing plenty of date nights as their song continued to climb up the charts, eventually reaching the top spot on the Billboard Hot 100 and selling well over 4 million units in the US alone. By July, the pair went public with their romance, but it was not long before people started speculating whether their supposed love for one another was a PR stunt to help push sales. Fans on social media were quick to voice their opinions about the news of Camila and Shawn dating, with one person saying, "Which was the worst attempt at a fake relationship PR stunt to promote a collab? Zed dating Selena Gomez or Shawn dating Camila?" Another writing, "Are you guys done promoting Senorita yet?" Next up, we have Jessie James and Sandra Bullock. Sandra was already one of the world's highest paid actresses. In 2013, she got paid $70 million for the movie Gravity. So I'm sure ex Jessie James wanted in on those riches. Jessie and Sandra's almost 5-year marriage went down in absolute flames when the world found out he had cheated on her with not one, not two, but over 3 women. And as of 2017, it sounds like he still does not think it's such a big deal. In general, both women and men cheat. It's part of life, he told the Daily Mail. Okay, we have a feeling Sandra would disagree. Next up, we have Miley, Cyrus, and Luke Hemsworth. Fans think they initially got together to promote their new movie. Cyrus and Hemsworth met in 2009 on the set of The Last Song, the movie adaptation of the popular Nicholas Sparks novel. Shortly after filming wrapped, the two confirmed their romance when they had a PDA-filled goodbye at the airport. Actor Alex Emanuel, who watched their full-on makeout, said the ultra-romantic exchange was like a scene out of an old movie where the guy is getting on a train and they're saying their goodbyes. After an on and off relationship for for 10 years and the actors getting married, they finally split up in 2019. Miley Cyrus's rep exclusively confirms to People that the couple had split. Quote, Liam and Miley have agreed to separate at this time, the rep said. 3 days later, Hemsworth addressed the separation in an Instagram post, writing, just a quick note to say that Miley and I have recently separated. I wish her nothing but health and happiness going forward. Next up, we have Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. The pair is still seen together co-parenting on The Kardashians, their show, but fans think Khloe needs to be stricter with him after he was caught cheating on her not once but 2 separate times. Lastly, we have Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton. Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton's relationship began with the actor cheating on his girlfriend, Laura Dern. From there, the couple proceeded to wear each other's blood in vials around their necks and show off major PDA on the red carpet, all of which turned fans off.
Starting off, we have Hailey and Justin Bieber. She was a rich nepo baby with the right connections to meet her childhood crush, and he was slowly going more off the rails as the years went on. Together, they're a match made in heaven and set to produce the world's most interesting nepo babies, to say the least. Hailey has not had an easy marriage to Justin, who often disrespects her, slams doors on her, or even intentionally embarrasses her. Yikes. Bieber said that he made the choice to love and marry Hailey. The way he described the decision made it seem like he felt obligated to marry someone in a way to help fix himself, or because her uncle set it up. I'm just going to choose this woman and just do it, Justin also added. For a wife, just choosing this woman is a kind of weird thing to say, considering they got married just 3 months after his past relationship ended with his infidelity. The wedding was sweet, but a little awkward. Hailey was so excited and smiling the entire time, but Justin was just emotionless for most of it. Literally just randomly screenshot any part of the wedding video and just look at his face compared to Hailey's. The whole mood was just awkward. Another relationship that didn't last because they secretly hated one another was Miley and Liam. Miley Cyrus admitted that she was dating her The Last Song co-star, Liam Hemsworth, in 2010, but their relationship hasn't exactly been seamless. By June the same year, the couple had split, but then they got back together and break up, then back together again, and then broken up. They were on and off. They became a stable couple in April 2011, but it still wasn't picture perfect. Liam was always shutting Miley down. There's famous footage of them on a red carpet where she licks his face playfully and he responds with, "Can't you ever behave?" through gritted teeth. By June 2012, they were engaged. Miley's rocking a rock on her finger and gearing up for her big day, and once again, Liam cheating rumors emerged. The pair later called off their engagement in September 2013 for that reason, with Miley going off the deep end for a little there, leading to the whole foam finger and black culture appropriation controversy she had. In an October 2015 interview with Men's Fitness, Hemsworth seemed to admit that he still had feelings for his then ex-fiancée, Cyrus. These seem to have inspired the songstress to hit DMs, because what do you know, in October 2016, Cyrus confirmed that the pair were engaged once again by cracking a joke about her ring on Ellen. But now they are 100% off, if Miley's Grammy-winning song Flowers is any indication. Kourtney and Scott Kardashian and Disick first met in 2006 at a party thrown by Girls Gone Wild creator Joe Francis in Mexico, according to Us Magazine. Apparently, Kardashian wasn't into Disick at first, saying, "I just thought he was so annoying." She explained during an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, according to Cosmopolitan. He was 4 years younger, he lived in New York, he didn't have a job. All very valid reasons. This couple's early stages of their relationship were captured during earlier seasons of the reality show, and they seemed to be going strong. However, Disick's substance abuse, heavy partying, and drinking seemed to draw issues in his relationship with her and actually led to infidelity. Kourtney and he became incredibly resentful towards one another, he for not having his frat boy lifestyle upheld, and she for not being treated like a mother and a partner. The couple broke up in 2015 after Disick was photographed with a Los Angeles stylist. The final affair that broke the camel's back. Until December 2016, when the couple gave it another go, but only a month or so later, in February 2017, it was over in a snap thanks to cheating. Since then, it's common knowledge that Scott misses Kourtney and wishes he could undo his past wrongs. Kourtney, however, moved on, and while she co-parents with him, the couple are staying separated. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard met on the set of The Rum Diary, and I know nobody will ever watch that movie ever, but fun fact, it was weirdly predictive of what their lives would become. Depp left his partner of 14 years and mother to his child to be with the younger Heard. By early 2012, the two started dating and were married by 2015 during a private ceremony in their home in Los Angeles, according to Insider. Only a year later was Heard filing for divorce, also obtaining a temporary restraining order alleging that Depp had physically harmed her during their relationship. Depp denied the allegations, claiming Heard was attempting to secure a premature financial resolution by alleging. According to The Guardian, since then, the two have been embroiled in back-and-forth claims. Meanwhile, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett have been going through it for well over 2 years now. The affair, the book, the slap. 2023 has been the year of watching Jada intentionally or otherwise completely demolish her husband's career. Whether you like her or not, this is a fact that can't be denied, as Will Smith's ratings, availability, everything have just plummeted no matter how hard he tries to handle the situation. Jada recently confessed that she really didn't want to get married to Will Smith. In fact, the Matrix actress admitted to crying down the aisle before tying the knot with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air star on New Year's Eve in 1997. As it turns out, the infamous Oscar slap was just the beginning of already very underway scandal. Jada, the catalyst for the slap that led to her husband's 10-year expulsion from the Academy Awards, had a whole lot more to say about the incident and her marriage in Worthy, a memoir released in October. As Jada hit the publicity circuit, she dropped bombshell after bombshell, but all of them at the expense of her husband, with a thin veil of "no, I'm talking about myself actually" laid over top of it. The biggest bit of drama somehow came not from her cheating, then making him sit at a table and talk about her cheating, then writing a book about her cheating. It was actually when Pinkett announced she and Smith had been separated for years before that fateful Oscar night. Only one half of this couple deserves the wave of social media criticism: Keke Palmer and Darius Jackson. Imagine begging Keke Palmer and then doing what this man did. It was confirmed by Us Weekly on November 9th that Palmer is seeking a restraining order against Jackson and requesting full custody of their son. Turns out he is a classic woman hater. He doubled down on his stance at the time, writing in a since-deleted July 5th post, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is." He added, "This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case." And though Keke didn't respond to the online drama directly, she did begin selling "I'm a Mother" merch shortly after. Not to mention, she teamed up with Usher himself after the fact to star in his music video for his single Boyfriend. According to the docs obtained by Us, the actress claimed that she and Jackson called it quits in October, very shortly after his public Twitter tantrum. A reality TV scandal really had an impact and left 3 people miserable. If you weren't a Vanderpump Rules fan, to fill you in, the controversy was over Tom Sandoval and Ariana Madix, the 2 longtime stars from the Bravo reality show. The 2 have been dating for 9 years when, without warning, in March it was revealed they'd broken up. Yeah, turns out Sandoval had been cheating on his girl of 9 years with her best friend and co-star Raquel. Ouch. Not only was the affair confirmed, much of the aftermath played out in public on Vanderpump Rules reunion special, Instagram, and podcasts. Madix now says she has no interaction with either of them. Meanwhile, Raquel has had a complete breakdown over the consequences of her own actions and quit the show before checking herself into a mental health facility. All the while, the man in the middle, Sandoval, is still holding on, still making statements about how he fought so hard for Raquel and was fully in love with her, but she shooed him away when the scandal broke. Next up, we have Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner. Joe and Turner called it quits after 4 years of marriage, with Jonas filing for divorce on September 5th. According to the paperwork, the musician stated that it is in the best interests of the couple's 2 daughters that the parties have shared parental responsibility. Immediately after news of their divorce leaked, it was very obvious that Joe's PR team was leaking stories to the press about Sophie. It was poorly done and made him and his team look really bad. The first version of the story was that Sophie was a partier and that Joe had to do all of the parenting. There's ample footage and evidence that the situation in reality is reversed. He is a much bigger partier, and they have both talked about this on record before, as have many individuals and news outlets. Then things got even more embarrassing because sources close to Joe started releasing a ridiculous number of successive stories about the divorce, including the Ring doorbell drama. Meghan and Machine Machine Gun Kelly are notoriously rocky and swing back and forth between utter adoration and complete hatred. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly have been dating since 2020. A source close to Megan says it's always the same thing. They have severe trust issues in the relationship. It's been rough, but they're still trying to work through it. Back in March 2023, a source claimed they were on a break, but still in contact with each other. They said they are very hot and cold. They have stalled wedding planning to work on their issues. Their relationship is pretty volatile at the moment. They are currently off, but still texting each other. Megan took to Instagram to set the record straight on her high-profile relationship days after cheating rumors dominated headlines in February of 2023. These rumors were sparked by her deleting all her photos of MGK from Instagram and posting a cryptic quote about dishonesty. Last but not least, we have Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries. Their 72-day marriage had certainly shown signs that it was going to end quickly. A few days before Kim divorced Kris on day 68, the couple were spotted arguing in their car while out on a dinner date in Hollywood. The newlywed couple were photographed heading back to Kim's car after dinner, and you could visibly see the tension in the air. Kris looked fed up, and Kim was giving her new husband the death stare while yelling and waving her hands at him as the argument began to escalate. This very public fight was indicative that their relationship was on the rocks, because that same year, Kim went on to file for divorce and get the marriage annulled. The Los Angeles Times even reported that Kim had only married him to increase ratings on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. The best part was that Kris asked for a $7 million divorce settlement from his ex-wife. Otherwise, he threatened to make her endure an ugly public trial. But the NBA star ended up walking away with literally nothing.
First, we have Chris Brown and Rihanna. Chris Brown and Rihanna were once Hollywood royalty at the height of their romance. The two first met as teenagers in 2005 while starting off in the music industry, and it was from that initial meeting that they continued to cross paths. Fast forward to 2008, and it was revealed that the two were officially dating, according to Hollywood Life. Everything seemed to be going well until that fateful night in 2009 when it was reported that Brown had physically hurt Rihanna. Chris Brown was arrested and eventually charged with felony battery. When the pair went to court in mid-2009, Chris pleaded guilty to the charges and was sentenced to 5 years of probation as well as community service and domestic counseling. Rihanna even filed a restraining order against the singer, which further shocked fans when the two tried rekindling their relationship years later. Next up, let's talk about Selena and Justin. Before Justin Bieber married Hailey Baldwin, now Hailey Bieber, and settled into his role as husband, the baby singer was linked to Selena Gomez for quite some years. Gomez and Bieber first went public with their relationship in 2011 after making an appearance at the Vanity Fair Oscars party. Since the relationship was super public, the two had a rather hard time keeping things just between them. There were many accusations of cheating, and many times the two constantly hurting each other, according to LA Times. In an interview with Zane Lowe in February 2020, Bieber admitted to being reckless while dating Selena. "I think I was just hurt from my previous relationship," Bieber explained. "I think I still was dealing with a lot of unforgiveness and all that sort of stuff. To be honest, I don't even think I knew what I was struggling with at the time. In my previous relationship," he says, "I went off and I just went crazy and wild, just being reckless," he added, speaking about his time dating Selena. Next up, we have Madonna and Sean Penn. Madonna and Penn's romance first started in 1985 after meeting on the set for the music video Material Girl. Both of them had just gotten out of relationships and first started off as friends. However, their platonic relationship quickly bloomed into a romantic one, and by August 1985, the two tied the knot on Madonna's 27th birthday. The relationship started off good, but eventually things started to get rocky due to Penn's unpredictable outbursts and temper. The actor had a major jealous streak and would often fly off the hinges when he saw other men getting close to Madonna. Eventually, Madonna filed for divorce in December 1987, later withdrawing the papers before filing again in January 1989. It's been rumored that the singer suffered years of mistreatment from Penn, which was believed to be the reason for their split. According to the Daily Beast, Madonna shut down those rumors in 2017, insisting the actor never laid a finger on her during their marriage. I am aware of these allegations that have surfaced over the years, accusing Shawn of incidents of physical violence against me, she says. Specifically, I am aware of the allegations concerning an alleged incident that occurred in June 1987, whereby, according to tabloids, Shawn struck me with a baseball bat. I know the allegations in those and other reports to be outrageous, malicious, reckless, and false. Next up, we have John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy is known to be quite the handful, and fans believe John needs to get out of the marriage. John Legend has revealed that he once did try to break up with Chrissy Teigen years before they were even married, and her hilarious reaction: "I was really stressed and busy," John told The Guardian. "I was just like, I'd be happier single right now." And she was like, no. As she's known to do, Chrissy then took to Twitter after the story went viral to share a little bit more about the long ago incident. 11 years later, baby, she tweeted. "It wasn't a typical breakup," she continued. "He was on tour, his voice hurt, and he was being a whiny face about everything, and so yeah, I was like, no." Chrissy also revealed she was always jealous earlier on in their relationship. Appearing on Andy Cohen's radio show, the mom of four recalled she was so jealous and quote, so unhinged when she and John were first together, admitting that she'd start arguments after his concerts, going to his shows when I was younger, like when we'd first met, and he would pull up a girl for the slow dance and we would fight about this at the end of the night, she says. Next up, we have Scott Disick and Kourtney Kardashian. Kardashian and Disick first met in 2006 at a party thrown by Girls Gone Wild creator Joe Francis in Mexico. Apparently, Kardashian wasn't really into Scott at first, saying, quote, "I just thought he was so annoying," she explained during an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. "He was 4 years younger than me, he lived in New York, he didn't have a job." The couple's early stages of their relationship were captured during the earlier seasons of the reality show, and they seem to be going strong. However, Disick's substance use, heavy partying, and drinking seemed to draw issues in his relationship with Kourtney. The couple broke up in 2015 after Scott is photographed with Los Angeles stylist Khloe Bartoli. However, the two eventually get back together in December 2016, with a source telling E! News that, quote, "They are getting back together and giving their relationship a try again. Scott has mellowed out a lot and has not been partying." By February 2017, Disick and Kardashian have broken up again after Disick is caught cozying up with two models in Miami. Next up, we have another Kardashian couple, the more famous one, of course, Kim and Kanye. Fans of the pair will know that over the course of their almost 7-year-long marriage, during which they had 4 children, North, Saint, Chicago, and Som, Kim and Kanye, aka Kimye, established a strong legacy as one of the world's biggest and most appealing celebrity couples ever. But their marriage was simultaneously one filled with arguments and moments of turbulence, many of which were documented across Keeping Up with the Kardashians. After their divorce in 2021, Kanye has done some tabloid-worthy things surrounding their past relationship. After the gold digger artist made headlines for wearing a very controversial shirt during his Yeezy presentation at Paris Fashion Week, Kanye took to Instagram to question the backlash against him and to double down on his previous claims that the Kardashian family kept him from attending Chicago's birthday party that January. "So why did everybody feel so free to attack me about my t-shirt?" he says. But Candace Owens was the only public figure to say that it was wrong for the Kardashians to keep me from seeing my daughter, West wrote via social media, referring to his previous claims that in January when he alleged the Kardashians would not allow him to attend Chicago's birthday party. "Or we just chime in when we want to tear a black man down for actually having a political opinion," he continues, "and for all the audience to be so outraged about my t-shirt, where was you when I couldn't see my kids? I went public in hope of public support at the time," he says. Kardashians, for their part, have repeatedly denied Kanye's claims about Chicago's birthday after Khloe commented on Kanye's post begging him to, quote, "Please stop tearing Kimberly down," adding she and her family have had enough of the false birthday narrative. Kanye hit back to her with an all-caps response, quote, "You are lying and are liars, y'all basically kidnapped Chicago on her birthday so she could remember her father, not being there. Next up, we have Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. Started off their relationship by being co-workers, but it quickly evolved into something more romantic. Fox and Kelly, whose real name is Colson Baker, met on the set of Midnight in the Switchgrass in March 2020. The couple raised eyebrows in February 2021 when the rapper revealed he wears a necklace with Megan's blood in it around his neck. 3 months later, Kelly explained why that gift means so much to him while appearing on The Ellen Show. Quote, "Well, she was actually going out of town to film a movie. This was really new in our relationship," he explains. "I didn't have a passport, so she was going out to Bulgaria and I was kind of freaking out, like, you're gonna leave and I can't even come see you?" As a result, Megan gave him the pendant, which he carries with him when he isn't wearing it around his neck. "Some people give like a handkerchief to their partner. She gave me her DNA," he added. In 2023, Megan sparked split speculation when she scrubbed Kelly from her Instagram and posted a series of pictures. A video of letters burning with a caption from Beyonce's infamous Lemonade album. The post came the same weekend the twosome attended several Super Bowl events, but according to a source, the actress ditched their plans after a quote, "huge fight." She also deactivated her social media profile. She was supposed to go to his performance at the Sports Illustrated party, but they had a fight and she canceled plans and flew out Saturday evening, the insider told us. Oh, us. Despite the drama, a source told Us Weekly that Fox and Kelly were still together. They both have a very intense relationship and they are very passionate people. That combination can sometimes explode and they love hard but also fight hard, the insider explains. It is really a communication issue that they need to work through, and that is why they are going to counseling. The source continued, Machine Gun Kelly feels conflicted about partying like a rock star and enjoying this exciting time in his life instead of settling down. Megan has passed this partying phase of life, and that's why they're at different stages. That is the real reason why they're struggling at the moment. First off, we have Miss Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton and her husband, Carl Dean, tied the knot over 50 years ago, but have always had an open nature to their relationship. The country superstar says that the couple have a don't ask, don't tell policy, even though they consider each other soulmates. If we cheat, we don't know it. So if we do cheat, it's very good for both of us. I don't want to know it if he's cheating on me, and if I'm cheating on him, he wouldn't want to know it. This is a weird quote. And if we do, if that's what's making it work, then that is fine too, Dolly once said. The Jolene hitmaker first met Carl outside their local laundromat in 1964 when she was 18 and he was 21. Within 2 years, they were married and they've managed to keep the romance alive throughout their relationship. While Dolly previously admitted that, quote, "men are my weakness," her husband doesn't seem to mind, and he knows that she loves him madly. "Men are my weakness," the country singer explained. "Short, fat, bald, skinny, I've had crushes on some very unusual men, but Carl knows I'll always come home and I'm not having intercourse with any of these people. I'm just flirting and having fun. He's not jealous and I'm not jealous of him. He knows I flirt, he flirts too," Dolly wrote in her 2017 book, Dolly on Dolly. She added, "Yes, it's an open relationship, but not sexually, and I would kill him if I thought he was doing that." Next, we have Shailene Woodley. The star of Fault in Our Stars and Divergent had some things to say on her open relationship experience. Although she's no longer in that relationship, she'd be willing to do it again in the future, she says. "Listen, I'm someone who has experienced both an open relationship and a deeply monogamous relationship in my life, and I think we are in a day and age where there should be no rules except for the ones designed by 2 people in a partnership, or 3 people, whatever floats your boat. But there has to be a level of responsibility in any relationship dynamic, and that responsibility is simply honesty and communication and trust. Apart from that, it's really none of our business what people choose to do with their lives," Shailene told the New York Times. Next, we have Angelina and Brad Pitt. During the course of Brad Pitt and Angelina's relationship, the couple were rumored to be open to seeing other people. At one point, Angelina said that she didn't believe relationships needed fidelity and that she didn't feel, quote, chained to Brad. "I doubt that fidelity is absolutely essential for a relationship. It's worse to leave your partner and talk badly about him afterwards. Neither Brad nor I have ever claimed that living together means to be chained together. We make sure that we never restrict one one another, Angelina said. Next, we have perhaps the most famous open couple in Hollywood, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. Will and Jada are still married, but they have definitely taken an unconventional approach to it. Jada revealed in an interview with Hoda Kotb for the Today Show that the two have lived separately since 2016, but that they were still married with no plans for a legal divorce. The Red Table talk show host, Jada, even suggested that the separation was essentially a divorce and were no longer romantically together. On the Red Table talk show, Jada says, "We are still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in a partnership, right?" And in regards to how we present that to people, she said, "And we haven't figured that out. So why haven't they gotten a divorce if they have separated?" Jada stated that she made a promise that there will never be a reason for them to ever divorce. "We will work through whatever, and I just haven't been able to break that promise," she says. On a 2021 episode of her show Red Table Talk, Willow Smith, the daughter of Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, also opened up about being polyamorous. "It's about being able to have the freedom to create a relationship for yourself," she said on the show, to the confusion of her grandmother sitting beside her. "With polyamory, I think the main foundation is the freedom to be able to create a relationship style that works for you and not just stepping into monogamy because that's what everybody around you says is the right thing to do," Willow Smith says. "I was like, how can I structure the way I approach relationships with that in mind?" With the help of a diverse group of polyamorous guests, the Red Table Talk show broke down myths and stigma associated with non-monogamy. They talked to experts to further drill down what it's all about. If people believe it can only end in unhappiness, well, many unhappy polyamorous people end up in my office. "It's true," said Sheila Addison, a family and marriage therapist, as do many unhappy monogamous people. Next, we have Rachel Ray and her husband, John Cusimano. Chef Rachel Ray and her husband, John, have been married since 2005, and the couple's relationship has been the topic of many tabloid stories. Rumors of John frequenting a swingers club called Checkmate without Rachel fueled rumors that the couple is indeed in an open marriage. Although the two have never discussed their relationship in public, they recently renewed their vows in 2015, so their unconventional marriage clearly works for them. Also, how they met is super hilarious. The two met at a mutual friend's birthday party, and when John told Ray about his cooking skills, she assumed he was gay. "I was going to set him up with a friend of mine, another handsome Italian man," Rachel told People. Instead, she stayed out with him until 4 a.m., what she considers their first date. Next, we have Ethan Hawke. When he was still married to Uma Thurman, actor Ethan Hawke had a secret affair with Ryan Hawke, whom he later married. The actor told MR Porter that monogamy is a childish idea and that sexual faithfulness can't be the basis of a relationship. Having been married since 2008, actor Ethan Hawke is very committed to his new wife Ryan, but has spoken about the unrealistic expectations monogamy places on relationships. Quote, "People have such a childish view of monogamy and fidelity. He's cheated, so he's bad. She's cheated, so she's bad. As opposed to a recognition that our species is not monogamous," he told Porter magazine. "Sexual fidelity can't be the whole thing you hang your relationship on." Next, we have Gwyneth Paltrow and Coldplay star Chris Martin. According to People, the former couple maintained an open relationship because they believed extramarital flings are part of life. They were together for 11 years. She opened an essay in 2020, recalling the moment she realized her marriage to the Coldplay singer was over. "It was my birthday, my 38th birthday. My ex-husband and I were tucked away in the Tuscan countryside on a hill in a beautiful cottage with a view of the forest," she wrote. "I don't recall when it happened exactly. I don't remember which day of the weekend it was or the time of day, but I knew, despite long walks and longer lie-ins, big glasses of Barolo, and hands held, my marriage was over." Gwyneth also reminisced about arriving upon this feeling of clarity toward her marriage, saying, "What I do remember is that it felt almost involuntary, like the ring of a bell that has sounded and cannot be undone. The inadvertent release of a helium balloon into the sky. I tried to quell that, knowing to push it far down. I tried to convince myself it had been a fleeting thought, but marriage is complicated and ebbed and flowed. But I knew it. It was in my bones. Next up, we have Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard. Kristen and Dax have said a few things that have fans believing they've invited another person into their relationship. Actors Dax Shepard and Kristen Bell began dating in late 2007 after having met at a birthday party of a mutual friend. In January 2010, the two stars got engaged, but they delayed their wedding until the state of California passed legislation legalizing same-sex marriage, which happened in 2013. Nowadays, they are one of the industry's most well-known couples, and they have a combined net worth of $40 million. During an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel, Dax Shepard joked about being in a three-way marriage with his wife Kristen Bell and his podcast co-host Monica Podman. Absolutely, we are in a three-way marriage. Podman, who was also a guest on the episode, said, well, we were in a three-way marriage. After that, Kimmel asked whether the three-way marriage is also sexual, to which Podman quickly responded, not yet, and Dax said, unfortunately not, it's all the responsibilities of two wives without the fun. Next up, we have Scarlett Johansson. Back in 2017, Johansson shared in a Playboy interview that monogamy is not the key to a successful relationship. She went on to marry SNL star Colin Jost in 2020. She has previously been married to Ryan Reynolds 2008 to 2011 and Romain Doriac 2014 to 2017. In the Playboy interview, she stated, quote, I don't think it's natural to be a monogamous person. I might be skewered for that, but I think it's work. It is a lot of work.
Ariana Grande shocked the world when she divorced from her real estate husband, Dalton Gomez, who I personally think looks a lot like Pete Davidson if he wasn't from New York, and began dating yeah, SpongeBob, well, at least from the Broadway musical Ethan Slater. And right away, the two began to get instant hate because of the rumored cheating that happened. And long story short, the two were in a different relationship and started hanging out and having double dates with their previous partners, and ultimately broke things off and ended up together. They've been quite quiet about their relationship, but one person who was Ethan's ex, Lily J, has welcomed their son back in 2022. But a year later, filed for divorce and began dating Ariana, and people have even compared Ethan to looking a lot like Ariana's brother Frankie. And let's take a look to compare, and let's take a guess on which one's Ariana's brother versus Ethan Slater. I'm gonna be completely honest, they look a lot like a different font of each other, or at least a mirror reflection. Well, if you guessed Frankie was on the left and Ethan was on the right, ding ding ding, you got it right. And one Reddit user wrote, Ethan is slightly more punchable, I think it's his bob teeth. That was not my words, but another user also wrote, they look like identical twins who have made a pact to look different from one another to little success. Like, I see the similarities and identical, maybe a little bit. Plus, others have been saying Ariana's been slowly morphing into Ethan, but I'll let you be the judge of that. And another celebrity couple that keeps getting in trouble is Kanye West and former Yeezy employee Bianca Censori. As controversial as Kanye is, this relationship just makes things worse, as many believe he is using Bianca like a prop in order to humiliate and get back at Kim. She looked a lot like Kim before dating Kanye, as we can see here. The hair, the style, the body, they were all similar. But once Bianca began dating the rapper, she completely changed her appearance. She's blonde now, has short hair, and many even noticed Kanye has completely changed her style, as she often wears sheer clothes that basically show off her entire body. And this couple has even gotten banned from a company in Italy after being photographed on their boat doing questionable activities, and that went viral. From the moment Selena Gomez made it public that she began dating Benny Blanco, the comment section went crazy. And they started to compare Benny Blanco to Pete Davidson, as they don't understand how he pulled such a beauty like Selena. And of course, beauty is suggestive, and months after hinting towards a new crush, it was finally confirmed in December of 2023. So first, she liked the celebrity post page about the rumors surrounding her and Benny, and then the same account posted that Selena liked their previous photo, and Selena even commented facts to confirm she is indeed dating Benny. Plus, let's take a look to see what she added on her story. She looks all cuddly and comfortable, but I can't stop staring at his zebra shirt. There's so many zebras. And when people commented about Selena's new relationship, calling Benny words like unhandsome, Selena would defend her man and write back with, I feel bad for you. And in another comment, even added he's better than anyone else she's ever been with. So although many Selena fans are just happy she's happy, others are critical. But like Selena once said, it comes naturally when you're with me, baby. Gypsy Rose was sentenced to prison after being involved in her mother's passing and gained huge media attention as she was recently released, and some are happy for her because of the motives behind her actions years ago, as she suffered from Munchausen syndrome by proxy. But since she was released, her husband Ryan has been getting hate, and many have been comparing his looks to Gypsy's mother Dee Dee, as we can see in this photo. The two side by side are honestly quite similar, but she wasn't afraid to defend her love in his Instagram comments, telling him not to let the hate get to him because they're just jealous he's got a fire D. Her words, not mine. Okay, for a period of time, I'm pretty sure I couldn't search for football scores or news without seeing anything about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. And this made many fans, I should specify and say football fans, mad because there were so many comments about how she's just using him for a new album. But the majority were mad that too many broadcasters were mentioning Taylor Swift and would cut away to the game, which made them feel like it was destroying it. I don't know, I don't really watch football. Kris, the producer, what do you think about this?
Actually, I don't watch football.
Oh, well, you can let us know if you watch football, but besides all that, her fans seem to be very happy for her as they've been sharing clips of him attending her shows, and according to both their families, they've never seen them happier. Have you ever seen that girl who went viral for dressing up as Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce as a couple's costume years before they actually began dating? Because that girl and her boyfriend should buy a lottery ticket. Have you ever adopted a child and years later decided to marry them? Yeah, it's weird, right? Because this is exactly what Woody Allen's relationship with his own stepdaughter is like. In fact, he ended his 10-year affiliation with his wife at the time after Mia Farrow in order to pursue his relationship with Soon Yi, which is his adopted daughter. I don't understand how this is allowed, but I don't know, it might just be me. They even appeared on red carpet events together, hand in hand, and if you don't know the story between them, you would assume there is nothing wrong, but the other adopted siblings have claimed disgusting acts Woody allegedly did to them. Definitely a hated celebrity couple, and personally, I think it's a good reason. Anyways, I always see things on my social media that I simply don't care about, and that includes Jada Pinkett Smith and her relationship with Will Smith. And although Jada seems to be what many point their finger towards, calling her a narcissist who overshares information that should be kept private, whoa, sorry Will, I'll make sure to keep her name out of my mouth once she stops oversharing information that we didn't ask for. But they have ultimately grown as a couple. Many can't stand it, and those who once supported him have even given up on him because of his wife. I mean, the two even had a school back in 2008 called New Village Leadership Academy, which taught curriculum with a technique called study technology, which is a method devised by L. Ron Hubbard, who is the founder of the cult or religion Scientology. But yeah, the couple has been criticized for everything from their relationship to red table talk and their parenting, and of course the Oscars slap. One couple I definitely did not see coming was the romance between Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet. The two, who seem to be complete opposites, have been spending time together away from the spotlight, but of course not too far away because there are photos of the two showing PDA, and this was just surprising to some, with one person asking if this was a prank. Another user wrote, "Tell me how I still don't believe Timothée and Kylie know each other despite there being video evidence now." Here, let's see a photo of the two side by side and see if it's really surprising or not. Oops, wrong one, I meant to show this one. They were kissing and everything, but I think no matter who Kylie dates, they will probably get hate for just being with her. Stormy baby, it looks like Timothy's your new stepfather. Moving on, imagine being with someone for 10 years and once you guys break up, they begin dating someone who you met as a child. While Vanessa Hudgens and Austin Butler were long-term lovers before ultimately splitting, which resulted in Austin dating supermodel Cindy Crawford's daughter, Kaya Gerber. She is much younger than Austin and was a fan of Vanessa back when High School Musical was released. Look at the difference. It's so crazy that they didn't know it back then, but both girls would end up dating the same man. And because of this, many have actually begun to have a lack of respect towards Austin. Alexa, play I Gotta Go My Own Way from High School Musical 2. Usually the royal family marries within, but Prince Harry had other thoughts as he married former Suits actress Meghan Markle. But since day one, they have gained a ton of hate, especially due to their public appearances and interviews speaking up against the royal family and making serious claims against them. But over the years, it appears the two have been going strong as they even welcomed a family of their own. But it doesn't seem like they have a very good relationship with the royals themselves, and there's even been videos of the public ignoring Meghan or not liking her.
Number 10. Justin and Hailey Bieber. Before becoming husband and wife, Justin and Hailey were slowly building up their careers as a musician and a model respectively. They met while Justin was still dating fellow pop musician and former Disney star Selena Gomez, and struck up a secret romance. As Justin and Selena were constantly on and off again, Hailey and Justin became closer and closer with each subsequent split, being friends at first, but eventually they became an official item in 2018. While they were both fairly famous before becoming official, following their marriage, it's arguable arguable that they've risen to a new level of success and recognition, which means people are gonna hate them. Justin was becoming one of the most replayed artists around the world, and Hailey has been working hard in the fashion industry, both on stage and behind a sewing machine. While their relationship may be true love, the fame and recognition that come with it, that come with their celebrity status, will certainly be driving the relationship for the foreseeable future. Number 9, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Despite only being back together for like maybe 2 years, these two have received a ton of online hate, but the way that they behave together on the red carpet doesn't really help the situation. There's a ton of footage from red carpet events and award shows where the couple seem to be having some kind of a heated argument. While attending the premiere of J-Lo's movie The Mother, the couple were photographed and filmed on the red carpet having a very heated discussion that seemed like it was a fight. As the moment cameras flashed, they popped back into smile mode. However, according to a lip-reading expert, these two almost never fight, but they have the most sour faces when they're trying to kid around. The expert broke down this specific exchange, claiming that Jen simply asked Ben how she looked, and he responded with, "You look fine." And apparently the rest of the argument was just them being cute, with Ben constantly making sure that she was comfortable and asking her if she wants him closer, to which she said yes please. This is just an example of a couple who seem to be mad on camera, and the world is convinced that that's true, but in all honesty they're both just weirdos with very expressive faces. Number 8, MGK and Megan Fox. Megan and Machine first met on the set of Midnight in Switchgrass. For anyone who is unaware, MGK has been slowly making a move to the silver screen, and while it might be in smaller roles, his performances have been anything but. During production of this film, it was forced to shut down due to it being, March in 2020. Need I go on? While everyone flew home, these two decided to keep in touch, apparently being seen walking together only 2 months after the film was shut down. The slew of evidence started to arrive on Instagram that their relationship has been chronicalized since the very beginning for all of us to enjoy, and MGK seems to be a good BF for the most part, so any hate they're getting really is not warranted. This dude painted nails with Drew Barrymore. He's a good guy. Number 7, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Travis and Taylor have been the internet's favorite couple after Travis was spotted attending one of Taylor's Era Tour shows and were solidified when she attended a Kansas Chiefs game, and then 10 more. Taylor has a long list of boyfriends that have either been another step in her journey or the inspiration for an absolute bop. So far, Travis and Taylor are still together, but it took a few weeks of them being together before any legitimate information came to be. Before the relationship was confirmed, it wasn't like they were hiding anything. For instance, only 2 weeks after the rumor started circulating, Taylor paid for an entire restaurant's food just so she could kick them out and keep the restaurant for herself. She was also spotted having a great time at various Chiefs games with Travis's mom, and then left with Travis himself. As the weeks have gone by, she's appeared less and less at his football games, and so far they have stayed out of the news, apart from some stories about Taylor and Selena Gomez having a good time out in the city. But the internet continues to debate of, are these people a good combination? Will this relationship result in a new song at some point in Taylor's life? Who knows, really? The last serious relationship Taylor was in was like 6 years long, and so far it's looking like this might be the case for Travis. He seems like a decent dude, and only someone who knows what they want, and only someone who knows what they're getting into would ever date Taylor Swift. This will either end in marriage and a family, or a Grammy nomination. Number 6, Aaron and Sam Taylor Johnson. Many viewers will recognize Aaron's face. He's been the leading man in several movies over the years, and a strong supporting actor as well, showcased in his recent role as Tangerine in Bullet Train. I can't say the title. In his recent role as Tangerine in the Brad Pitt movie with the title I can't say. In 2009, when he was just 19, Aaron played legendary musician John Lennon in a biopic called Nowhere Boy. The film told the story of a young John Lennon pre-Beatles fame during his adolescence, with a focus on his relationship with his family and his journey to becoming a Beatle. Now, the film was directed by a woman named Samantha Taylor Wood, who was 42 at the time. Samantha is a producer and director, best known for her 2015 romantic thriller 50 Shades of Grey. Call it romantic. It would appear that Aaron's performance as John, particularly the steamy sections, caught her attention in quite a few ways, and the pair started seeing each other on the down low. 2 years later, they got married, and they now share each other's last name, Taylor Johnson, and currently live with their 4 kids in Los Angeles. Happy ending to a happy list. Number 5, Avril Lavigne and Tyga. Now, chill out, what you yelling for? Avril's single now, y'all. The skater boy singer was dating fellow musician Tyga since being spotted together at a Paris fashion show in March March of this year, when she had just broken up with her boo Maud's son. Sounds like an anime villain, and as many do, she decided to jet off to France to seek some comfort. Tyga was also in a similar boat, having split with his ex, Black China, and seeking a similar solace in the fashion world. Their relationship was heavily publicized by themselves, and they were constantly posting pictures and videos of themselves cuddling and just, being close. Recently, the couple decided to call it quits though, but are apparently still friends and talk behind the scenes. Tyga even gifted Avril Lavigne an $80,000 necklace earlier this year. No reason in particular, he just did it. This dude loved her no matter how much it cost, so it's nice to know that they won't be jamming their wealth and PDA down people's throats anymore. Or will they? We shall see. Number 4, Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny. Earlier this year, the musician known as Bad Bunny was spotted on a night out with his boo-boo, Kendall Jenner, the youngest of the Kardashian clan. The two were seen together having a tiff at a Lakers game of all places, because they were sitting courtside wearing the skin of their enemies on their boots, aka snakeskin. While the game was mostly filled with smiles and joy, there was a moment before the game got a little bit too heated where it looks like the couple might not be as close as we thought. In a short clip taken from the game, Bad Bunny leans in close to Kendall and whispers something that makes her face go from, "Ooh, I love basketball," to, "This is not the time or place." Now, at first the speculation was that there was just an uncomfortable question being asked and they moved on, but the way that Bunny's mouth is shaped is making many people speculate that he may have just had bad breath and Kendall was getting a whiff of it. The rest of the game was fine and they had a good time, but their faces were never close together again. The internet just went nuts about that one. Number 3, Timothée Chalamet and Kylie Jenner. Timothée is slowly building his acting repertoire in Hollywood, and so far it seems to be going really well. He starred as the lead in Dune, and he is going to be in the Willy Wonka movie coming out in like a week, and I'm very excited to see that. It was also recently announced that he is seeing Kylie Jenner basically every week. While the announcement of them being a couple is a little bit out of nowhere and it hasn't been like solidly confirmed, the fact is that Kylie has been co-parenting her 2 kids with Travis Scott, and he did not appreciate the secret. He said that he felt blindsided by the announcement but respects their decisions to move on romantic. This relationship isn't all that recent, however, as it was reported that the two may have shared a private moment during her marriage to Scott. Neither party have confirmed or denied those rumors because, they're rumors, but just seeing these two in a picture together makes us think there's gotta be something, maybe there's something there. They're cute. Number 2, Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater. Pop star and Broadway giant are set to be in a film adaptation of the Broadway hit Wicked, following the story of the Wicked Witch before the events of The Wizard of Oz. Ariana plays Glinda the Good, and Slater is Bach, the main love interest of the Wicked Witch. Now, it's ironic that Ariana is the good witch in this movie because she appears to have stolen another woman's man. Ethan was married to a woman named Lily J since 2008, and they even welcomed their first child together in 2022. Apparently, Ariana and Ethan fell in love on set and started dating each other behind the scenes. However, an on-set insider shared that information to Slater's wife, who was furious. I wonder why. While the couple have agreed to raise their kid as co-parents, Ethan officially filed for a divorce in July of this year, and the internet will not let it go. And at number 1, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. A lot can be said about these people, so I'll keep it brief. Cheating rumors and dating scandals have followed this couple through their entire relationship. Since the first day they got together, people were convinced that they were in an open relationship, they'd been cheating on each other, just something. And it turns out that that is basically 100% true. Ahead of the release of her book, Worthy, Jada sat down with People magazine to share some inside information, which the most revealing of which was that Will Smith has actually been separated from her for like 7 years. Despite being a happy couple on the outside, the truth is they decided to go their separate ways, emotionally speaking, a long time ago. Since 2016, Jada and Will have just been living in the same house and appearing on red carpet events together, but behind the scenes they just don't talk or do things. Considering the massive size of Will's house, it's easy to imagine Jada just jamming herself in a corner and being like, "This is my spot." She continued to say that she felt pressured into being with Will because it was mainly his idea to get together in the first place, and 2 kids and 1 marriage later, it would appear that Jada finally came to her senses, and I'm really hoping they split up at some point soon, because I don't like that lady. Number 10, Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian. One fateful night in October 2021, Kim Kardashian hosted Saturday Night Live and starred alongside Pete Davidson in a sketch parodying Aladdin. While the two may have played lovers on stage, even sharing a brief kiss during the scene, the romance continued long after the curtains were drawn withdrawn, as Kim claimed the kiss gave her a little zing, and a month later her and Pete started being regularly seen together in public, and eventually revealing that they were in fact dating for about 9 months. They were traveling, they were shopping, and raising Northwest, Kim's daughter. Pete even got a tattoo at one point to show his loyalty to the family union, which sounds hardcore for some, but for Pete it's just another Tuesday. All of this is coming off the heels of Kim's recent divorce from rapper Kanye West, which left the three as targets of a media frenzy, and having every moment of their drama posted online for the world to see. After 9 months, the couple split and Pete started dating someone new, but that didn't last very long, as at this year's Met Gala, Kim and Pete had a reunion on the red carpet, and Pete was reportedly seen staring longingly into Kim's eyes as they spoke about their feelings, and he spoke about nothing but vibes between the two. That's cute. But these two getting back together is definitely in the near future. Here's hoping that it's 10 months this time. Number 6. MGK and Megan Fox. Megan and Machine first met in March 2020 on the set of the indie thriller Midnight in Switchgrass. The production was shut down after 2 weeks because of, the world at the time, but long after the camera was cut, the two were still keeping in touch, spending a majority of their downtime together and developing a solid relationship, sort of. You see, Megan was technically married at the time to her husband of 10 years, Brian Austin Green, but was quarantining separately from him. Green posted on Instagram 3 days after Megan's birthday that the pair had in fact been on a break since December of 2019. Their relationship had been rocky from the get-go, being married and divorced twice in 10 years, but that rocky road seemed to lead to MGK as well, as the pair got engaged just under 2 years after meeting. But things took a dramatic turn for the worst in February 2023 when over Super Bowl weekend, Fox suddenly unfollowed MGK's social medias and removed almost all of the photos of them together. She also posted on Instagram, quoting a Beyonce lyric, "You can taste the dishonesty, it's all over your breath," from the artist's 2016 Lemonade song, Pray You Catch Me. Many fans began speculating that there may have been some kind of cheating situation, or that the pair were simply about to split up and never look back, but Fox eventually deleted her post and revealed to insiders that the pair had a fight over the weekend that left them questioning the relationship. The pair are still very much on and off in terms of their relationship, and while they keep in touch and are still trying to work things out, Megan has stopped wearing her engagement ring, so that can't be a great sign. Number 8. Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. The pair first met in 2014 when Cabello, a member of the group Fifth Harmony, and Shawn Mendes were opening acts for singer Austin Mahone on his tour. They were often seen backstage engaging in intimate conversations, with Cabello claiming that Mendes was one of the only people on that tour that would ever actually come up and say hi to her. Following the tour, the pair kept in touch, sparking relationship rumors that would continue for about 4 years. They would often post videos of themselves covering love songs together, as well as several photos suggesting that they were always going on excursions or just spending a lot of their free time together. But it wasn't until 2019 that the pair would be spotted by TMZ holding hands and kissing in public at a 4th of July party, and the confirmation was clear. They were inseparable for almost 2 years, posting hundreds of photos of their adventures together and an excess amount of PDA as well. Like, guys, calm down. When suddenly in November 2021, the couple announced that they would be ending their romantic relationship, but that their love for each other as humans was stronger than ever. Okay, whatever that means. 3 months later, Camila revealed the breakup was the result of shifting priorities professionally, but maybe a little breather was all they needed, since at Coachella in 2023, they were seen making out, seemingly back together, or possibly stirring a toxic pot of getting back with your ex when you know it's a bad idea. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Number 7. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. The Smith family has been at the top of the news storm recently after it was announced that Jada Pinkett Smith's Facebook talk show Red Table was being cancelled. One topic that was brought up on the series before its cancellation was the revelation of an entanglement, whatever that means, between Pinkett and singer-songwriter August Alsina during a brief break the couple took in the early 2000s. Pinkett was quick to bounce back though after breaking up with Will, entangling with August, and then eventually getting back with Will to continue their marriage. Now, it's not all sunshine and rainbows though, as the couple still has marital issues to this day. They've been thrown even further under the bus by their own kids, Willow and Jaden, who have called the pair out on their lack of proper parenting skills and for essentially leaving them to their own devices growing up. Together, Jada and Will carry around a dark storm cloud of negativity and spread it to everyone they interact with. So better bring an umbrella, guys. Number 6. Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson. This bad romance started in the early 1990s, when the two first met at a nightclub, and 6 weeks later they flew to Cancun for a weekend getaway of wholesome family fun, I'm sure, only to be married to each other 96 hours later. Their romance quickly soured, however, when they returned to California to find that a scorned electrician, Rand Gunther, who had recently been fired from a job working for Lee, had procured a certain tape. This tape showed the couple being intimate together, and he wanted them to pay. Anderson and Lee filed a $10 million lawsuit to attempt to prevent the tape from being published, but the suit was eventually dropped. The couple have come clean in interviews, saying that not being able to do anything about the tape was adding way too much stress and frustration to their relationship, and the couple called it quits in 1998. They were on and off over the years, with Anderson even briefly being married to musician Kid Rock in 2007, and Rick Solomon, who was a champion poker player, in 2008. Pam and Tommy would eventually get back together towards the end of 2008, but even moving the family back in with Tommy wasn't enough, because the reunion was very short-lived, as the couple would call it quits for good about 2 years later. Number 5. Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber. J. Biebs and Selena were Hollywood's young golden couple when they first got together in 2009 after being introduced by their managers, following an interview with Justin where he admitted that Gomez was his celebrity crush. It appeared that the feeling was mutual though, as later on that year on New Year's Eve, Justin appeared in Las Vegas serenading Gomez with his song One Less Lonely Girl, and cuddling up as he did it. Initially though, it seemed like Justin was simply viewed as her best friend, seeing as she once said that she felt like Justin's big sister. Well, in 2010, they were spotted together on a date, and the rest is media storm history. Their relationship became the talk of the town. He even rented out the Staples Center just so the two of them could be alone together on a date. Despite the romantic gestures, Bieber had reportedly started cheating on Selena, and they split. But Gomez is a forgiving type, and the pair have continuously been on and off again for nearly a decade. At one point, they even got back together and moved into the same apartment, only to break up again. Like, immediately. You guys know how hard it is to rent a U-Haul these days? Number 4. Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. Miley admitted to dating her co-star from the film The Last Song in 2010, but the romance has been anything but picturesque. In June of that same year, Miley denied rumors that there had been a split taking place between the pair, but in August, the rumors had been confirmed. The couple was quietly on and off again a few more times before publicly announcing their reconciliation in April 2011. And in 2012, they were engaged, and all seemed to be back on track. But the bad news came in like a wrecking ball as the reports began surfacing of Liam Hemsworth cheating on Miley. Within a few months of the engagement, they announced that the couple had called the wedding off and has since maintained an air of secrecy about their exact relationship. But we have to wonder, does she still got that ring though? Number 3. Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick. Keeping Up with the Kardashians is a historical series in the world of reality television. For over a decade, fans have been able to watch the family grow, both literally and figuratively, with the addition of friends, family, and in this case, lovers. Scott and Kourtney's story began where all fairy tale relationships begin, at a famous friend's house in Mexico. In 2006, the pair attended a mutual friend's party at his home in Mexico. A photo from that night shows the two sitting together but nowhere near each other. Disick recounts liking Kourtney almost immediately, but that she wanted absolutely nothing to do with him. But something must have changed in between A and B, as the two appeared as a couple on the series premiere of the reality show in 2007. At first, the family was standoffish, claiming that Scott was immature and that his loyalty meant absolutely nothing. Kris Jenner, Kourtney's mom, even said in one episode that she knew Scott was cheating on her daughter. She just wasn't sure how to go about the situation. Now, Disick denies those claims and reaffirmed his love for Kourtney until he couldn't deny any longer because his sisters, Kim and Khloe, found a series of text messages on an old phone to someone named My Wife. The text revealed he had cheated on her while the family was staying in the Hamptons, and Kim was furious for like a second. A year later, she would announce that the pair were expecting their first child together, seemingly making the whole cheating ordeal water under the bridge. But it didn't stop. Over the years, the couple has split and healed over and over and over, time and time and again, and at one point, Disick even entered rehab with the support of Kourtney, and he still cheated on her. In 2015, another round of allegations came out, and they split, only to get back together again, and then split, and then get back together again. And now they have 3 kids and have been doing a good job as co-parents, but with Kourtney now married to a musician, Travis Barker, we've got to wonder, is she gonna pull a Scott on this man? Number 2, Gigi Hadid and Zayn Malik. In 2015, Gigi Hadid had just split up with boy band singer Joe Jonas and was on the search for a new man that she found in the form of Zayn Malik, a boy band singer. The One Direction singer took an interest in Hadid after standing in on a photo shoot that she was involved with. They spent a lot of time together and became very close. So close, in fact, that in 2016, Zayn would confirm that Gigi was in fact his current girlfriend. They made their first public appearance together at that year's Met Gala, cosplaying as a cyborg knight and the evil witch who rules the land. And not long after, the couple split, only to get back together 5 days later. 5 days. Seemingly back without problems, the couple continued to post lavish lifestyle pics and all seemed well until March in 2018, when the couple announced that they would once again be taking a break. But then the next month they got back together, and then a month after that they broke up again. Do you see the pattern here, guys? Take the hint, okay? The universe is clearly telling you something. Number 1, Charlie Sheen and Brooke Mueller. For those who don't know, Charlie Sheen is an actor. You may recognize his face from the show 2.5 Men, as well as his performance in the much-loved Scary Movie franchise. After he met Brooke Mueller, his life would forever be changed. The two got married in May 2008, and Mueller gave birth to a set of twin sons the following year. The couple seemed happy, and family life was on the horizon, until the couple got into a heated dispute in Aspen in 2009, and Charlie got handcuffed. He was charged with felony menacing, as well as third-degree assault charges and criminal mischief. Now, most of the charges were dismissed, and Sheen pleaded guilty to misdemeanor assault, so he received a sentence that included rehab, probation, and anger management. The couple filed for a divorce, but that certainly wasn't the end of their public fiascos, as they were constantly seen canoodling together and being romantic, despite the fact that Mueller was herself in and out of rehab as well. Way to define long distance, guys, and toxic.